story. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called the deaths caused by an Israeli airstrike on Rafah as a tragic mistake. He has also announced that the incident is currently under investigation. The attack hit a camp housing displaced Palestinians and, according to local officials, resulted in death of at least 45 people. And now this incident has intensified the growing criticism of Israel's action on Gaza. In a speech, Netanyahu said, "In Rafah, we already evacuated about 1 million non-combatant residents, and despite our utmost effort not to harm any of them, something unfortunately went tragically wrong. We are investigating the incident and will reach conclusions because this is our policy." Now, let me take you some time back. The attack on Rafah, one of the deadliest in the conflict, has raised the total Palestinian death toll in Gaza to over 36,000 people. The 45 deaths include at least 12 women, 8 children, and 3 older adults. In fact, 3 other bodies were burnt beyond recognition. Well, Israel has faced increasing international criticism over its war with Hamas. Even some of its own allies, like the United States, have expressed outrage over civilian deaths. Israel insists that it follows international law, but it is facing scrutiny in the world's top court. Last week, one of these courts demanded that Israel stop the offensive in Rafah. Now, in a separate development, Egypt's military reported that one of its soldiers was shot and killed during a firefight in Rafah area. They did not provide more details, but Israel said that it is in contact with Egyptian authority and both sides are investigating the incident. Rafah, the southernmost city in Gaza on the border with Egypt, housed more than 1 million people, about half of Gaza's population, displaced from other parts of the territory. Most of them fled again after Israel started a limited incursion earlier this month. Now, hundreds of thousands are crowded into poor tent camps in and around the city. Well, Netanyahu says that Israel must destroy what he calls Hamas' last remaining battalion in Rafah. On Saturday, the militant group launched many rockets from the city towards central Israel. The rocket set off air raid siren, but it caused no injury. The strike on Rafah brought a new wave of condemnation, even from some of Israel's close allies. Qatar, a key mediator between Israel and Hamas, is an attempt to secure a ceasefire and the release of hostages that are held by Hamas. They said that the Rafah strike could complicate talks. Negotiations, which seem to be restarting, have repeatedly stalled because Hamas wants a lasting truce and for Israeli forces to withdraw, which Israeli leaders have publicly rejected. Now, as the investigation continues, the world watches closely, hoping for answers and path of peace in the region. For more such details, do follow India.com's international affairs.